in my heart of hearts that it's actually, instead of selfish, it's selfless, in the sense that if I allow my cup to be depleted, then I have nothing to share with others. Okay, welcome back to another Growth Talk. Today I want to talk about self-care and how self-care honestly can be perceived as selfish. Like I've had a lot of people actually call me selfish because of how much I spend in my, daily in my self-care. But I believe in my heart of hearts that it's actually, instead of selfish, it's selfless, in the sense that if I allow my cup to be depleted, then I have nothing to share with others. And my self-care is actually just so that I'm being a better human being, that I'm firing on all of my cylinders so that I can be all that I can be for my people and the people around me. So I actually genuinely believe that. So if you've to date placed self-care in a box of being selfish, I implore you to make that change. Like make that paradigm shift, because it couldn't be farther from the truth. Like you really need to be all that you can be so that you can give all that you can give to your people and to the people around you. And that's actually why I do self-care. Like, it's not like, oh, I just want to feel good, or, oh, I just want this. Like, it's like, I want myself fully optimized and firing on all cylinders so that I can deliver all the value and be all that I can be for my people. So for me, like my definition and what it is for me, my truth, like it's a selfless endeavor. Me getting up and spending my time in the morning doing my meditations, listening to my I am affirmations, doing my breath work, doing any, I don't know if I just said it, but meditating and getting in my physical fitness and making sure that I stay on point with my macros and that I'm not just putting a bunch of crap in my mouth. Like that all optimizes me to be the better me for others. Like I'm not trying to become like the most on fire, energetic, fucking ramped up person in the world just to be introverted and not even share that with anybody else. Like I want my cup overflowing so that even of the drops that are overflowing out of my cup will fill up yours. So I believe in prioritizing self-care, and it's not selfish. It's actually a more selfless endeavor. At least for me, like that's my truth. Like I get it, Not everybody is trying to be of service to others. Not everybody is fully accountable to others and to their service of the world, what kind of contribution that they're making. Like I get it. But for those of us that are, I believe that self-care is truly a selfless endeavor, not selfish. Like I treat people better. I have better energy. Nobody's getting like a resting bitch face dead stare from me across the room because, like I'm tired or something. Like it self-care makes it so that you can actually show up in full capacity to others and for others. So, I don't know. I don't think that you can really compartmentalize like self-care as selfish. Like if your let me say this. Like if your people, like if your wife or like the people like in proximity to you, especially a partner, has ever earmarked your self-care regimens and routines as selfish, oh fuck, man. It's gonna be a whole different talk we gotta have. You might want to run away from that person because, Like, who feels like they can monopolize your time and organize your time for you in the sense that you could be made to feel a way about doing things that keep your cup full, like that refill you, that keep your well filled, so that you can be all that you can be for others. So like if anybody else, especially a partner, ever tries to demonize your self-care regimens, or saying like, oh, selfish, or you spend too much time doing this, or you spend too much time doing that, like, mind you, don't spend 4 hours in the gym and then try and be like, well, my self-care is important. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, like, as long as you're being efficient about it. Like, if you're spending fucking 8 hours a day and neglecting all of your external obligations to better take care of your internal obligations, then that's selfish. But I guess I'm just presuming more of a balance between the two. Like, you definitely want to be efficient in your self-care routine so that it's not taking away from time that can be better spent in other areas of your life. But I don't know. Like, I've literally had like 2 or 3 people tell me like, oh, don't have time, or oh, I'd have to neglect this, or I'd have to neglect that to do that, or da 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 da. It's like you're ultimately not showing up in full capacity to any of your other endeavors if you haven't made sure that you're firing on all cylinders. That you know what I mean? Gotta change your oil, right? Like, I'm sure if you were driving somebody to the hospital, you'd do everything that you could to get them there. But if you ran out of gas, so make sure you're filling your tank. Make sure that you're conscious of your self-care, and that you implement rituals and routines and regimens that allow for your self-care, so that it doesn't have to be a selfish thing. Like, so that you don't have to, like, oh, nobody can even talk to me before a certain time in the day, or nobody this, nobody that, you know what I mean? Because your self-care is so important. Like, it is that important, and you do need to prioritize it. But like, you can't be selfish in the sense that like you don't allow anything else to matter if that doesn't come first. It's definitely not what I'm talking about. It's a balance. Like, it definitely is a balance. But I just wanted to come on here and shed a little light on that topic today. Maybe create a new vantage point and some awareness for somebody who to date may have believed that if they spent too much time in their self-care, that it's actually selfish. I believe that to be the farthest thing from the truth. But until next time, let's grow together.